Lovely to see you all. Thank you all for coming in such numbers to BSA Day 2, the sequel. My name is Andrew Butler and I'll be appearing intermittently in the course of the day.
I very much enjoyed the first session, which was a run through of kind of all of the cases that have covered the Building Safety Act this year, and I think that touched upon quite a lot of interesting updates.
More detail about some of the remediation orders and remediation contribution orders, the way that the tribunal is looking to approach that and its interpretation of some of these provisions which have had little judicial scrutiny.
To make payments to a specified person for the purposes of meeting costs incurred in remedying relevant defects.
Watched the videos of Tanfield's last day with the BSA and it was really helpful, so I thought I'd come along to this one in person.
This more advanced seminar is definitely going to be helpful for those who have been embedded in building safety work in the last 12 months.
And certain individuals I work with, in particular Robert Bowker and James Fieldsend, they'll always go the extra mile for you.
We're going to review the cases, of which there are 14.
With a bit of a nod to musical theatre, musical films, we'll start at the very beginning because that's a very good place to start.
And also the landmark case about the Olympic Park, also very recent and very relevant to what's happening, especially for Building Safety Act.
It's recent, very recent, and it deals with a whole load of issues.
Frankly, they've all been excellent. I mean, it started off somewhat scary when we were listening to all the cases, and it was sort of a bit bamboozling. But as the day progressed, more and more things, you get to put things together.
Everyone that's speaking is very well clued up on their area. They're usually directly involved in the matters that they're talking on, so you get a sort of behind the scenes view on things really.
So I know they were talking about a case that Dan Dover was working on.
Who are these superheroes that are going to ensure that the buildings are safe?
I would say just their knowledge about especially Building Safety Act matters. The way they explain things is very friendly and easy to understand, easy to digest.
And I think that is a testament to the kind of people that operate in the chambers and the manner in which that relationship has stood the test of time.
The first is, can the tenants get the first year tribunal to appoint a manager on the basis of a failure to comply with a breach of a building safety obligation?
It's always good to hear peers talk. It's very engaging.
This is what ChatGPT thinks a building which is unfit for habitation looks like.
I thought Sam was very good, and I've not seen him speak before.
The Building Safety Act, as you know, is changing all the time. In this case, we have more flats than we did in the last example.
We were particularly impressed with the high-rise building part because you got diagrams and also illustrations about the point being discussed.
A high-risk building for buildings during occupation, as I say, it's defined in section 65. This is the definition.
So our theme is based on the Incredibles, the Accountables.
I came here today because I feel woefully underprepared when it comes to Building Safety Act matters. What I'm seeing coming through from the legislation is affecting what I do day to day.
I would say probably the landlord and leaseholder certificates section, even though it was information heavy and lots of things to take in. It's the bit that's most prevalent to my day-to-day working life.
Landlord certificates start simply enough at section, like so much else, at section 122 of the BSA.
Well, for example, with Philip Rainey going tomorrow to the Supreme Court with another case, I think, like I say, it feels very, very topical and just useful, very useful to do. Yeah.
I think it's crucial to attend these seminars from time to time.
Very informative, very timely.
As a result of coming to that first session, it lured me back in to come to the sequel. The Tanfield conference has been very educational, interesting and easy to digest.
It's great to see old faces come back. It's great to see some new faces as well, and we hope in time they will become old faces.